Hey guys, it is Jordan. I just wanted to go over a couple of things. I was able to talk to a lot of you guys today about where you are with your WordPress sites. Just wanted to go over a couple of things. One thing that got brought up a couple of times was uh, various people were saying that they would add a post, but it wouldn't be linked to anything or they couldn't see it show up on the page. So I just kind of wanted to go through a really basic way to just ensure that you have everything you need on there. I'm going to send some more tutorials about like adding drop down menus and that sort of thing, but this is kind of the most basic of basic setups that we can have just to ensure that you have everything on there. It checks all the boxes, and then maybe after at a later date you want to go through and adjust it so it fits a little bit better. You have your drop down menus, whatever. You can go ahead and do that. But if you just want to get your content on your portfolio, this is probably the easiest way to do it. So if you log into your WordPress site, you have your kind of dashboard right here. A couple of different things before we get going. So let's just go to Appearance. We'll go to Customize. I'll load your customizer. A couple of different things here. You can edit various things, and this is a couple of different ways to get here. But if we go to Menus, we go to Primary. All right, so we have menu, primary, all that is good. So what we're looking for are just these four things. So we have home, we have about me, we have work examples, we have contact me. I would say this is probably the best order to do things, but you can kind of shift it around. Obviously, I think you want home first, and you can kind of go from there. So let's just make sure. So your home page, this kind of just lays out everything that we want. So you have your name, your title, whatever you want. A nice little intro, short blurb about you, and then you want a photo of yourself. Okay. Okay. So that is home. Your about me. This should include a brief biography of yourself, including your career goals. Your resume. Don't forget to do your resume, okay? You can paste it into the body and also maybe hyperlink it as a PDF, okay? Now, we'll do work examples last, but contact me. Thanks for viewing my portfolio. Here's my contact info. If you don't want to put your phone number on there, that's totally fine. But have a way to get in contact. Also, have your social medias on here where you can, some of you guys, I saw you were able to link your social media to that. Go ahead and make sure that it's hyperlinked. So if they click on the tweet icon, that your Twitter pulls up, your LinkedIn, your Instagram. Again, you want this a one-stop shop. Over here, is a widget that you can do where it's my tweets, or your social media, so you can edit that. If you link your account, it should auto-populate there. Okay. All right. So now work examples. So the thing I heard from a couple of you guys was, all right, I would create a new page with my infographic, but when I hit publish, it wouldn't show up anywhere. Okay. There are a couple different ways we can work through that to make sure that's fixed, but this is just the simplest solution. So for the work examples, okay, we have this page, post everything to this page, okay? So let's go back. We'll get out of our customizer. We'll just go to pages, all page. Okay. We're gonna trash that. Okay. So let's go to work examples. So you have that set up already. Okay. So now we go to edit page. And how it's set up is you can kind of have this set up where it's, okay, here's your work examples. Below is a selection of my multimedia work examples, okay? So, infographic. Let's make sure it's an H2, okay? Go ahead and copy and paste your infographic or upload it here, okay? Now to do that, if you do need to do that, all you need to do, hit plus and hit browse all, and you can choose whatever you want to add here. So if you wanted to add a poll quote, cool. In this case, probably an image is what we want to add here. Okay, so hit image, add your infographic, add a title, or add a description of this. Again, we want kind of short blurbs for everything on this, and I would say preferably have the blurb ahead of time or ahead of the piece of content, so it can, so as you're scrolling, say this is an infographic, you scroll down, there it is. Okay, next up, okay, we want our podcast here. Again, let's make sure that's H2. So you can manually put in your HTML code, or what I also saw that was on here. Oh, hold on. There we go. So add a plus, browse all, you can scroll on down. You can embed whatever file you want, or there's SoundCloud right here. So you hit SoundCloud, you just have to put your podcast URL in here, hit embed, it'll automatically do it for you, okay? So the work can be done for you, which is really, really nice. Make sure, again, I would say probably before you put the embed, have 100 words summarizing the podcast. Use those SEO terms. Make sure you're using names. Make sure you're using titles. If they're linked to a school, utilize that. What can people Google that will help your page pop up? Okay. All right, we have our explainer video here. We can change that to H2 as well. Explainer video, how to put on a pair of rollerblades. Here's a very brief description of what Casey did, and this is the same deal. All she did was she just went to YouTube, put in her YouTube. Boom, here it is, okay? Video 2, okay? We'll make it this. Set up the video, tease the video a little bit. Give some various things that will intrigue the person looking at your site to go watch this entire video, okay? Then you have your After Effects submission here as well, okay? Set up the exact same way. You have your title, you have this. Now, let's just do, if you're looking to add a heading, boom, here's a heading. Okay, that makes things a lot easier. All right, you need to add a paragraph, boom, there it is. Okay, it is really, it's really easy to work within this page. And if you make a mistake, Command Z is your friend if you're on a Mac. I believe it's Control Z if you're on a PC. But here's the one that I did right before class. Recruiting Roundup, I made it bold, I made it a heading, I made it H2 level. Okay, this is the latest happening in the Arizona recruiting scene. South Point Catholic running back Bijan Robinson made his pledge to the University of Texas. He joined the Recruiting Roundup to discuss the decision, his role in the Longhorn offense, and what it was like meeting but not recognizing Matthew McConaughey. So now if someone Googles Bijan Robinson, someone Googles South Point Catholic football, someone Googles University of Texas, someone Googles Recruiting Roundup, someone Googles Matthew McConaughey, there's a chance that this could pop up. Okay, that's the type of stuff we're looking for. Okay, so rather than making all these separate pages and kind of keeping it convoluted, all we're looking for is 4 different pages. Okay? That's all. Now, if you have other work examples you want to use, the thing I suggest you guys doing is putting all the JMC 306 stuff first so I can see it, I can grade it, life is good. Then if you want to add more to that, you're more than welcome to. If you have ways to organize this and you can, you have a theme, a lot of times the issue with drop-down menus is the theme doesn't support them. So that's where you can kind of get into it. But all I'm really looking for here, these are the things I want to see, okay? Web banner, I want to see the web banner. This isn't exactly a web banner, but most of you guys have already done the web banner. I want to see your infographic. I want to see a podcast. I want to see the audiogram. If you throw in the lower third, that's fine too, but really we're just looking, I want to see an example of After Effects. And in the intro say, hey, these are the programs I used for this. I used Premiere for these videos. I used After Effects for this graphic. That sort of thing. And then video 1 and 2. And then ask yourself these questions as you're going through, okay? Log out of WordPress and go back to your site. So you would be a normal end user. Make sure it said, okay, are all the links clickable? Are all the projects embedded? Do you have SEO captions for each aspect? Did you make the suggested tweaks that Jordan made? So as you turn things in, I gave you guys feedback and said, hey, tweak this, tweak that. I'm going to revisit all of those notes I gave you. And if, I want you guys to make those changes. So you iron out any of those issues. So if a potential employer or a, internship comes and looks at this, it's already, kind of taken care of. All right. Does your web banner fit properly? So for some, you can kind of see things kind of change with this size. So if certain things get cut off very easily, you might get dinged, a couple of points. So make sure not to do that. Did you clear out all the mock posts? So any of them that says like, this is a blog post, you can make it very clean, very simple. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. Sometimes less is more. For all the writing, does it follow AP style, and are there no typos in this? Have a classmate edit this. Maybe you edit theirs, they edit yours. Just another set of eyes always helps. And do you properly link your social media accounts so readers can follow you? Whether that's in the contact me, whether there are menus that you can add and you can hyperlink automatically. Those are all things you can kind of search for. I would just Google in WordPress, or Google WordPress adding social media. And there might be some programs that you can use pretty easily. Okay. So as always, let me know if you have any questions. I figured this was just easier to kind of walk you guys through this, rather than go, try to write all of it out. But there's a lot of different ways that you can use this, a lot of different ways you can change things. You can add plugins. There are various tools you can use. There are widgets that you can use. But this is kind of the most straightforward way. So again, simple doesn't necessarily mean bad. It can be straightforward. We want to just showcase everything that you guys have done this semester. So as always, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email me. And if you're at a good point and you'd like some feedback, send me the link and just say, hey, before I turn this in, can I just get your thoughts on this? I'd be happy to give you feedback. You make those tweaks, your grade gets higher, the product improves. Okay? So yeah, don't be strangers. Let me know how I can help you guys.